Hello, YouTube and Twitch. Good morning. Hello to you. So, my name is Redbeard. Normally I fly imaginary planes. Normally we do flights. Today we're going to be painting an imaginary aircraft. I'm going to kind of work you through a little bit of a disclaimer. This is just my workflow. This is how I do things. Every repainter does it a little bit differently. I use a lot of masks in Photoshop, kind of non-destructive and easily changed colors. So I guess we'll jump right over to the main screen. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a Brothan's Airlines A320neo, which is a fictional aircraft. They don't fly the 320neo. On the AnyBuilds A320neo V2. So we'll jump over. I will get the screen. There we go. And I need to make sure I'm sharing that display. Okay. So a few things that I need to get rocking and rolling here. So first step, whenever I am doing a repaint, look up some reference material. So I guess this is a great example of what we can do here. So what I'm going to do is I have my repaint folder set up like this. I kind of did a dry run of this. So I've named this one Brothan's Stream. So what I do within here is I create a new folder and I call it Resources. And this is where I put all my reference material, color swatches, anything, you know, along those lines. So we're going to create that folder. We're going to go into that folder. This is going to give us some great kind of data and details to work off of. So I'm going to save this image. Back. Paints. Oh, where did I flip it? Oh wait, I forgot. I made a new one. New repaints, Brothan's Stream, and Resources. So that's going to be a first step there. So that's saved. Now, kind of break down the elements of this a little bit. Let's go here. Let's open this up in Photoshop. This kind of lets me know what other resources I might need to locate, like find or whatever. So we know we've got this word mark right here. We know we've got this tail flash here. Tail flash is duplicated on the winglets. Fairly simple livery. We're probably going to be able to blow through this pretty quick. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to recreate that tail flash because we are going to need that. So what we're going to do is I know that the Brothan's logo, we open up a new tab and we just go to Brothan's Airways logo. So we have this wonderful little thing here. So we're going to save this as well. Now, let's pop that open in Photoshop. We'll open. We'll go there. So we see here it's got these lines, these horizontal stripes. So we know there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to select. I'm going to do this. I'm going to create a little swatch here. We'll do that. We'll go Control J. We'll create a new layer with just that. We'll image, we'll trim, transparent pixels. Now we have that nice little stripe. And just because my OCD is going to drive me crazy if I don't do this. There. Perfect. Okay. We're going to Control Alt and copy. Now, we're going to create a new document. And let's make it 4096, but we're going to want the oops. We're going to want the width to be significantly wider than because of the way we're going to be utilizing. So let's do 4096 times 5. Okay. And actually, that might... Eyes, we will unlock that. Actually, that should be fine. So, because we have those stripes, we want them to be even. We're going to do a slice tool. We're going to do that. Right click and divide slice horizontally, or vertically rather. 9. Oh, wrong one. Horizontal. 9. Okay. Now we're going to take our little swatch that we made, and we are going to just paste it here, and I'm going to make that bigger. Now we're not going to be directly using this. We're going to, just for the sake of crispness and sharpness, zoom out a little bit. Let's get that out of the way. So the first thing we need to do is we are going to do this, that top stripe. Come down here, create a solid color, put that aside, and then sample this. And we're going to come down here. So let's just duplicate that, move that down. Stretch that up. And we'll do it my original way. Now we will do this. We will go like that. And the reason why I'm overlapping is so that I don't end up with any white kind of artifacts in between. Get out of here. So we'll make another new solid color, sample that color. We want to move this down below. Next, we do the same thing right here. Oops. Here. That. Solid color. Sample the red. The same thing again. Solid color. Then right on down the line. Just keep doing this until we get all of the stripes that we need. Purple, lavender, whatever. Again, go here. Color, green. Color. There. One final bit. We'll go right down here. We will do this. And we don't really have to mess with this. That's why normally I name my colors or my layers. Easily identifiable things. So there's our tail flash done. So what we'll do now is we'll go to File, go to Save As, just so that we are in the right place. I always save a PSD, so it saves your raster images will always save by default. If you go to Control like Save As, it'll automatically save in the same location as your PSD file. So I always save PSD files and my rasters. So we're gonna name this tail flash. PSD, and we'll shift an S for save as, and then do a raster of that. Tailflash.png. Okay. Boom. Perfect. All right. So we're done with that. We can close that for now. We'll close this for now because we don't need it anymore. And we're going to leave our reference image up though. That's going to be like important for us to keep an eye on. So the next thing we need is this logo type right here. Now, this is where another program comes into play called Inkscape. And the reason is over here. So now if I go to here and I go to the go to Wikipedia here, So we have this logo, which can be downloaded a few different ways. You've got rasters here, but I want to make changes to this, and I want to make it very, very large. So what we're going to do is we're going to download the original file. Save page as documents and resources. So the SVG is for scalable. It stands for scalable vector format. And what it does is I can make this any size that I want without there being pixelation, artifacting, loss of quality. That doesn't happen with a raster image. If you take a raster image that is the nominal size of this, so this is a nominal size of 512 by 58. If I make that, 4096 by whatever the aspect ratio is, it's going to look nasty. It's going to look gross. It's going to be disgusting. So what we'll do is, let's come on back over here. We have that SVG. So we're going to right click on that. We're going to go to open with, and we're going to open that in Inkscape. Because Inkscape is a vector editing program. So what I'll be able to do is remove the elements I don't want, keep the elements I do want, turn it into a vector or a raster image. So we're going to come here and do this. And what I need to do is I need to find, we want to keep this text, we want to find that. Because this is something that I don't need. So we're going to right click on that. We're going to go delete. And then we are going to file, document properties, and resize to content. Now the cool part. So I can go here, make sure that I have my aspects locked, and let's make this 6 times 4. Okay, so it disappeared, but that's because our canvas here is not the right size. Once again, file, document property. And now I have this big, gigantic, beautiful thing that I can do. So we're going to export this as a PNG. This is absolutely massive, which is exactly what I want for this particular purpose. So there is that. Export. Yep. Okay. So we are now done in Inkscape. So we're going to close Inkscape out. They close without saving. So now I have this gigantic, and you can see that I can just scroll in on this because I used an SVG as the base. I can scroll in on this for days. This is way bigger than I need, which is exactly what. So this is going to be a 4K livery. That's going to be a quarter of the size. Now I know that in scale, this is not going to be a full quarter of the document, which is again exactly what I want. So now we are going to open this up in Photoshop. There's a couple of things that I want to do here. So pardon this just atrocious color, but there's a reason behind this. This is a color I do not use in any other livery, and it's really, really good for finding things like gaps and whatnot. So we have that. We're going to control and we're going to click on the actual window there, which is going to select all of that. And we're going to make a solid color. And we're going to make it white. We'll hide the original. And what now I have this again, I can just scroll, scroll, scroll. There's no real loss of quality. Now we have a transparent background for that and a nice white. The reason why I'm doing white, well, you'll see. You'll see. When I open things up in Blender, you'll see. Now, there's a couple things with this particular logo compared to what they use on the aircraft, which is these lines overlap. I don't believe that's a thing in the pictures that I've seen of the original aircraft. So what we're going to do is we are going to just add some arbitrary number. Add some arbitrary number to this. So let's do it like 17. Because we're going to be trimming this back down anyway. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, but also kind of fun. So yeah, they overlap there. Taking a look at the reference picture that we have. not really the best example. So what if I do find a picture of the actual aircraft? There we go. So looking at this picture here, you see there's no overlap there. So what do we do about that? Close that. What we can do is where they overlap there, and come down here. We'll grab this, do a rectangular selection. That's a good place to do it. I've got that little itty bit selected. So we'll go to transform selection now. And we'll just make this huge as hell. Oh, not what I want to do. Just on that axis. There we go. Let enter so that we are selected. So now we will do this. We will go layer via cut. Oh yeah, gotta rasterize this first. Layer. There we go. And layer via cut. Layer via cut. Let's try that again. There we go. Now let's move this over a bit like that. Now, obviously that looks ugly. Fix that. So we'll go back to our rectangular select tool. We want to make sure, there we go. Hit that. We will transform selection. We'll make that wider. Oh, just on that axis, damn you. There we go. There is that. And now, in a new layer, we will fill that with white. And since our bottom edge is already good, all we got to worry about is this angle here. So we'll just pick a point like right here. We will go down and follow that angle. Make sure that we follow that. Here. And now we have that edge figured out. We'll do the same thing here. Again, our bottom edge is solid. We'll pick an angle point. Right here. We'll bring this down. And make sure that we're following that same angle. Like that. Like this. We'll delete. Now, we have that. So, we're going to hide this. We're going to hide that. These two layers that are visible here, we need to merge those. These two layers here, that, need to do that. Oops, that would have been bad. Merge those two. Get rid of this extraneous layer. Now, when we take this one, you see there's that little bit of a gap. It's gonna be like fairly imperceptible. Hello, Clips. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. So now we have that. We're going to go to image, we're going to go to trim, and we are going to clear out those transparent pixels. So now you can see we have a nice image and it is trimmed to the aspect ratio that we want. So we'll get rid of that background. We're going to go here, we're going to go to save as, and we are going to go Graphins, stencil. We'll go file again, save as. PNG. Okay. So we've got our logo type for the side. We've got our tail flash. There's one other part. This took me actually a little while to get sorted again in my test runs. Is it doesn't show it there, but we'll go back over to here. See if we can get a good x-axis view. So this flygbra.se, that's an important thing. It's part of their branding. It's right there on the side of the engine. Now I had to search and search and search and search to find the right font for this. It's interesting. It's either a mix of fonts or something. It's custom font. I don't know. But what we have now is we need to make that stencil. We'll pop here. Let's close the breath and stencil. That anymore. Actually, shoot, we do. Gosh darn it. Damn it, Redbeard. Open that back up. So now we will once again just make like an absolutely massive, unnecessarily large image. And fuck it, let's do that. So we're going to fill with that god-awful color again. And we've handled Gothic, italic. So there's two elements to this. We've got the FLY. Well, actually, I forgot I wanted to do this a different way. Looking at that image again, let's actually save this. Let's copy into a new image. Reference material. There. So taking a look at how this is all, how the kerning is on it and stuff. So like the L overlaps underneath the diagonal of the Y. So we're going to actually make each letter as its own own layer. So F, and then we need to make it large. That should be good. Okay, so we are going to control all layer, line layers to selection and left edges. Now we're going to duplicate that layer with Control J. Change that to an L. Move that here. Taking a look at our reference material again. That looks about fine. So we're going to copy that again. We're going to change that to a Y. Move that over here like. Taking a look at the reference again. Perfect. Okay. We're going to do another layer. E. Now, taking a look at that, it does go under a little bit. That should actually be just about right now that I'm looking at it. You know, there's a little bit more spacing there. Perfect. Okay. I mean, not perfect. Nothing is perfect, right? So what we're going to do is the way that the BRA is, we're going to come over here and we are going to copy this layer. Like that. I'm gonna move this over. What I think we'll do is we'll move everything $50 pixels over. Or maybe not. Hold on. let's do that. There we go. That'll give us just a little bit more. Why is that all goofy? That shouldn't look like that. Does my stencil look like that? It does. I wonder if I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup, and that's totally fine. Whenever you're dealing with something like this, you know, you're gonna have some work you're gonna need to do, so. There's that. Turn that into a selection. Come here and we will delete that. Okay, makes it a little goofy. Now, okay, I'm gonna try something. I want to open this back up in Inkscape. I want to take a look. Okay, so that's just a that's interesting. Okay, so let's try something. That is just part of the B. I mean, in this SVG at least. So then that brings up the question of, let's do this. Open image tab. Okay, so this is off the official website, so that's weird. Okay, hold on. Let's SVG, that's a PNG. Okay. Is it that? Grab this SVG. We will save this. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. Files, save page as. Save that there. Come back over to here. And that was the most recent one, so we will open this in Inkscape. Here. This is where the slightly goofy part comes in, so we don't want that, so we will delete that. File, document properties. Resize that. Okay, now we'll select that. We will make sure those are locked. Pixels. And then we'll do, oh, I don't know. 1024 times 16. File. Document property. Besides that, we'll go here, file, save as, or no, export. And export that. Take a second. All right, so now we'll close down Inkscape again, without saving. So now we have this. We're going to open that with Photoshop. Copy that. Yeah, that's just gonna drive me crazy if I don't fix it. So the height of this image is 1693. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go transform up. Height pixel 1693. Now, do a little bit of resizing. Well, actually, okay, so those are locked in there. That'll do. That'll do, pig. Now we need to do this. We need to select that. We need to go solid color and white. We have fixed that. Now, spacing we need to work on. So that... Oh, wrong one. There. So now we will do the same thing we did. So we'll go to File. We'll go to Image Trim. Transparent. Save that. Save that PNG. Now, we are once again that and copy merged. We'll come back over to here. This is going to get scaled way the hell down anyway. So we got white there. We need to come back to our text tool so that we can change all of this to white, because I'm an idiot and didn't set this first, which is fine. Pretty easy fix. Because I don't have a ton of layers, it's just some text touch. There we go. Actually, this come over just a little bit more. And we'll call that good. So then we'll rename this BRA. Get rid of that extra layer. We'll make another text layer. We'll copy G. Make that period. We'll copy that layer, make that an S. We need more canvas space. Who would have fucking thunk it? Let's just make that 2. Last bit. I don't expect things to be in order. Duplicate that. And then and that looks good. So we will image trim transparent pixel. File, save as. YGBRA SE stencil. Give that PNG. All right. So now we have all of our stencils set up. Okay. So we're going to close all these stencils now. We are going to leave up a couple of our pieces of reference material. So what we're going to do is and the next step is going to be to actually start, doing some painting. What is it? Oh, it's that. Okay. We're seeing a couple of different things. This is an A320 there. But this reference material we have here, the Brathens is actually a different size. I like this better because it gives me a little bit more reference as far as kind of what's going to go where. So this lets me, I've got enough to count windows. Counting windows is a big thing when putting fuselage markings on. For me, at least. Again, this is my workflow. That's my workflow. So the next thing to do is in resources. I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna bring this paint kit over here. So this is a Blender paint kit. This is a Blender paint textures on. And then the other thing that go to my desktop, I'm going to go to my community folder. I'm doing this on my second screen because I show this. Let's see. Microsoft Aircraft A320. So I'm going into the official into the official package for this, and I'm going to actually do this. We're going to make a new. Actually, I've already got them here. So what I've created here, this is what I'm going to be using in any A320neo V2 repaint that I do. So these are the base textures from the aircraft. This is the paint kit. And then this is the texture.cfg. What this does is this tells it to fall back to any textures I don't create myself to override, it's going to fall back onto the default package from Microsoft/AnyBuild. So we're going to open up Blender now. We are also, because of where we are in the process, I'm going to open up textures. I'm going to open up Fuselage 1, the albedo. I'm also going to open up Fuselage 2, the albedo. Now, these are 2K images, so we're just going to upscale them to 4K. I'm not upscale, upsize, because I'm really not doing any scaling or advanced processing here. But, so there's that. So now we have our textures there. Now, this is the fun part. That's not what I wanted to do. What are you doing over there? Yeah, jerk. Okay. We got Blender open now. So I want to move that over because I just need a couple of things here. And this might look silly at first, but again, how I do things. We're going to select object mode. We're going to select fuselage. Go to texture paint. Right here are the fuselage, the slots, the texture slots. So what I want to do, I want to make a new for fuselage 1. And each one of these is going to, I mean, the main fuselage is going to have like 2 per part. This is sliced into 3 different pieces. We'll go base color times 4. And we're going to make this black. We'll add that. Then we'll come to fuselage 2. Make a new base color. Make that black. And add. There we go. Now, reference material time. Taking a look at that picture here. Which one? This one. So 4. So actually, this one, I need to make one for all 3. We're going to go with 3. We are going to go new. Damn it. Didn't want to do that. Fuselage 3. Base color. Black. And then add. Okay. So now we have all 3 parts of the fuselage ready to go. One thing that I do want to do as well. I want to select this and this and this. Also that. And I'm going to hide those. I don't need those in the way. It's going to give me a better idea of what I'm doing. So, next step, go into paint mode. Selecting the fuselage, go into paint. So from here, we're going to go to texture. We're going to go to new. We're going to go to stencil. Stencil. Come down here and open up our Rathan's stencil.png. Open that. So notice it's all fucked up, right? We need to come here. We need to scroll down. We're going to image aspect and reset transform. There's that. Now, scale this. So looking at that, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want that part of the S to match up with the 5th window forward. Now, one thing we want to do here, because of what I am doing, we need to go -1 on the x-axis, which is going to turn it like that. Put that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need to bring it down a little bit more. That. It'll like that. Because that should actually work out just fine. Let's see, did that fall down onto the belly? No, it did not. And that won't either. But we are going to bring this up just slightly. Like that. And that looks good. So what I want to do here is I want to mirror. And I want to make sure that I am in white. So now we paint. You'll notice it's backward on this side. But I'm gonna scale down my brush size a little bit and then just go ham and make sure that everything is colored in solid. Then if we switch over here, boom. Nice and clean and set up on that side. So that is step one. Now, what we need to do is come back here and we're gonna make another slot for fuselage 1. Let's rename from here. That I don't want to move. Gosh darn it. Okay. Well, the first one's going to be for the right side. So we're going to go here. Same thing. Fuselage 2, same thing. And then fuselage 3, same thing again. Now this, we're going to actually make it going in the right direction. So we're going to make this 1 instead of -1. We're going to turn off mirroring. Now this is going to get us kind of our next step. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to paint the hell out of this. Make sure that didn't mirror to the other side. It didn't. Fantastic. All right, we're off to the races now. So now actually translating this, which doesn't look anything like the actual aircraft, into Photoshop. So this here is our, okay. So our ones are all going to be left-hand side or right-hand side. So we're going to image, we're going to copy this. Now I've already sampled, you can see here, there's 2 different colors that are used in the logo type. The BRA is in a darker color, the A, T, H, and S are in a lighter color. I have those sampled here. We'll switch to the darker color. Oh, lighter color first. Lighter color first. So we'll go to fuselage 1. Now, we're going to create a new layer. We're going to call it Rothens Right Light. Actually, no, we're just going to call it Brathens. R for right. Now, this is where the trickery comes in. So we are going to make that. We copied that image, so we're going to paste that there. Now, brush tool, RGB, make this brush nice and big. And there's that. So now we are going to come over here. We are going to select the 2, which is going to be for the left-hand side. Image, copy. We're going to make another layer. Rathens L, left. Make another alpha mask. Paste that in there. Come back to the RGB channel. Oh, actually, I made a mistake. Gotta go to my darker color. There we go. We will hide that channel. And now the front of the aircraft is, for all intents and purposes, I mean, as it is right now. Let's save as, jump up. That. We're gonna leave that as a PSD for now, because there's a little bit of stuff we gotta add to it. But what we also have to do is put the logo type on the rest of the rest of the fuselage. So fuselage 2, we know again this is the right hand side, so we're going to copy this. We are going to make a new layer. Rathens R. Visibility layer. Paste that into there. Come back to the RGB channel, make sure that that layer is selected. That is the wrong color, at least for this part. So we're gonna go here. This is where we zoom in, because you gotta remember, the two different parts of this logo are different colors. Darn it, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. I think I accidentally hit P on my keyboard. There's that. Then we'll come over here. We will select this. Zoom in, make sure we're not going to overlap, and we're not, so there it is. Perfect. There we go. Now we're going to come back to Blender. We're going to grab Fuse 2, image and copy. That. This. Now, again, got to remember the two different colors. We got the dark selected right now, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Switch over to our lighter color. Basically, it's just a collection of stencils. It's the best way I can think of to describe the way that I'm painting. So there's that. So let's go ahead and save this. Up. Fuselage 2. Now we need to come back over here to the textures, and we need to open up Fuselage 3, because last time I did this, it wasn't laid out like that. We know that 4096 is double 2048. These do follow the rules of 2 as well, so you got to make sure that it's multiples of 2. We'll do that. We will go that. We will go copy. New layer. Back to the RGB channel. And remember, the B is darker. And image, copy. There we go. Save as, up. All right. So what I'm going to do, just to kind of show what I've got going on here, I'm gonna open up that paint kit again in Blender. Here, I'm checking. Fuselage 1 image. Oh, there's technically no image there. We got fuselage 1. Well, that's fine. Image replace. There we go. If we go up, we'll just use the PSD files for now. But the fun thing is, I do believe that the fuselage of the Brothen's A320s are way more white than this default color here. Actually, no, we'll leave that. Let me see something. Yeah, we'll get everything loaded and then we'll take a look and see if it's worth messing with here. That up. Okay, yeah, so makes me wonder. This is all part of painting, though, is figuring out and tweaking and seeing, you know, what's the best way to. So, regardless, that's what the fuselage looks like now, with the right colors and all of that. Got a nice evenly placed logo on each side, facing the right direction. That's a good place to start. Now, I am going to go back to my main Blender window. I want to run a quick experiment. Let's use fuselage 1. Let's just use that as the example. We're going to create yet another layer. I'm going to go black, of course. Now, we're going to do this, and we're going to fill this with white. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. That was backwards. Okay. So let's copy this. Let's go to fuselage 1. And let's do an adjustment layer. Let's do brightness and contrast maybe. Let's try to turn the bright up a little. Let's say 40. Then let's save this, and we'll come to our secondary, our preview Blender window. Got one selected, and let's reload. And it's not showing. Image, replace. Oh, you know why that didn't work? I did not have the thing selected. So let's go back to this and we'll image, replace, and we'll go. There we go. Now let's go to fuselage 1, image, and reload. Which didn't want to work. Place. Image, reload. Okay, so you see one place that I made a mistake. Because I didn't get all that stuff, which is fine. That's not a big deal. I can definitely fix that. So, all right. Back to here. Oops. So, I gotta remember to look for anywhere where there's that black. So, let's do object mode. We'll do that, that. Oops. Do all these. If we got those selected, we're gonna hit, I believe it's Alt J, which is gonna make those all one object. Nope. There we go. Now when I select those, I can come back over here to texture paint. And then image, copy. Why does that keep happening? Actually, I think I know what keeps happening. It's fine. Everything's fine. Go to channels, we'll do that, and then we will paste that over. And then hide that and save that. Now when we come over to here, we reload that image. There we go. That's much better. I like it. All right. So now we need to come back over to our working bit here. Object mode. Extra point. Now we need to go to fuselage 2. Add a new base color, black. Now we need to object select this. That. Do object mode select this. We need to get these. Okay. Extra paint this and that. I don't see any black, so that's good. Copy that. Come here. So we just got to remember the settings for this. So it was 17 and 41. That's it. You only want the bottommost layer is all we really care about. That. Find this contrast. 17 and 41. Then we need to come here, go to channels, enable that, mask, and do that. And then we will save that. We'll come over here to our preview. We'll select fuselage 2 and reload that image. That way we don't lose these details like the dirt and kind of stuff. But hold on, let's object mode select. Okay. I think that is part of 2. Okay, so that's on me. I made a mistake there. I mean, it wasn't really a mistake. I fixed it. Let's object mode this, that, and that. And Control J. Texture paint. There we go. Texture paint this. White. Image. Copy. Save that. Reload this. There we be. Perfect. All right. Now we just got our last bit we've got to do, which is our main window. Object mode. Texture paint. Fuselage 3. Add that. Base color black. Add. Now, object mode. Yeah, so now we know what parts are part of, how do I say that? What parts are part of what texture? We do know that there is a, let's do that. Now we have an idea. That in that white, do this in that white. Let's switch over to the other side. Yeah, there are some more doors there. Let's do that. Do this. Do this. Join those. Extra paint that and go there. And of course I missed it. There we go. And we'll image, copy that, go to our 3. $1741, we got to remember that. Contrast. One. Okay, so that's saved, that's saved, that's saved. Now we can come over to our preview. Reload that. There we go. Beautiful. Good shit. All right. So that is our main portion of the fuselage done. We do have to work on the registration, but that's pretty simple. Now we're gonna start working on go to textures, and we need to scroll down to the tail. We need to scale this. Red side ×2. Gonna save this as a PSD. Our bit here. There's the tail. Perfect. All right, so on to our main bit here. Let's go ahead and object paint or object selector. Let's hide that for now. Select that, select that. We are going to, actually, no, we're not. gonna go new texture, base color, black, of course. Add that. And now we are going to let's get rid of new plane. That part I'm not really sure where that is. Where is that? Oh, it's the back side. Okay, so we don't need that to be colored. So what we can do is we'll switch this to black. And we'll just color that out. Because that does not need to be colored. That's a mechanical part. There we go. And we are going to clean this up a little bit because like there's those spots right there. So let's switch that over to white. Paint hard, and we want no fall off. There we go. Oh, they're black spots. Nobody probably would even notice those, but I would have. I would have known they were there. That's the stuff that pisses me. So let me grab my identifier color. Call it. Okay, also doesn't need to be painted. We'll switch to black. We'll paint that out. That. Switch to the identifier color, figure out where the hell that is. Same difference, okay. Back to black. And there's that. So now we will copy this. Come back to our tail. And now for... It's fun. This part's fun. I'm going to create a new blank layer. Oh, not what I want to do. Alpha lace. We need to come back to our resources and grab our tail flash. Then we're going to paste that there. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to invert that. And I didn't do that right. There. So now I have an idea of where the tail parts are. So I'm going to grab my tail flash again. So we'll Control All and copy. We'll put this here like that. Now, this needs to go underneath here. That. We need to invert that. Now, you know, it doesn't need to be that big. So it needs to be about that big there. Match up with the top. What we're going to do is we're going to make it a little bit larger than we need. There's a reason behind that. A little bit larger, like that. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to open that channel. Select that and that. And we're going to align layers to selection of vertical center. There we go. And the reason why I'm doing this, hopefully will become evident. Now that we have that, we need to come back over here again. We need to copy this. And then so notice it's backwards, right? It's upside down on the one side. We're going to do our select tool and deselect everything else. Actually, let's do a duplicate of that now. Because then what I can do is this is going to be tail flash left. Go to our brush tool, switch to here, and do black. I'm gonna hide all of this, right? Oh, that's gonna cut it off there. Could use the select tool for this, but a little bit more fine control with the brush. There. So, now notice there's some details that are going to be missing because I just have a solid color over here, right? So we're going to go work on our blending modes here. And see if we can find one. That's what it looks like there. Obviously, we don't want to change the colors too much if we can help it. Multiply might be the way to go. Although, one thing I forgot to do, if you recall, is make that back to normal. Compressed image, brightness and contrast. Now, if I recall, yeah, okay. The elevators don't have that, which is good. So 17 and 41, if I recall correctly. 17, 41. There we go. Now if we do this. Multiply actually looks okay. So we do have some of those details now coming through. Yeah, so we'll do multiply, and let's just see what happens if we... Nope, messes with the color too much. That's fine. That is no big deal. So we know we're in multiply. So now what we need to do is come here, and we need to adjust this portion. We're going to disable or delete the layer map here. We're going to control, flip vertical, like that. Here, use our selector, select this, hide that. Come back down to here. Layer, align layers to selection, vertical centers. That didn't work. Okay, so why didn't I wonder? I say. Actually, I wonder if I... Oh, that would be why. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Layer. Vertical. Interesting. Okay, that's fine, whatever. Oh, I know why. Duh. We'll delete that layer mask for now. Go back over here. Do that, do this, select, hide that. Now that that is gone, now we should be able to emit a layer. There we go, okay. Now, we're gonna do that same thing though. Where we're gonna copy here, and we are going there. Naughty. Fuck you. Panels. Now, because we don't want that overlapping, once again, we're going to take our brush and we're going to come over here and we're going to make this black. Actually, we'll do that. There is that. I will come here and hide that. Then we can also hide this. Make this multiply. Then come over to our preview and give this a test. So let's select this object mode, texture paint, base color. This can be literally whatever, because we're just going to come here, go to replace, up. Make sure that the alignment is good, and it looks like it is. All right. Heck yeah. Although, interesting thing I just realized, or just thought about, because the vertical stabilizers they actually need to be now that I'm thinking about it. Now that I am thinking about it, it should be fine. We'll save that. We'll get it loaded into the sim and see how it looks, but yeah, so there is that. Actually, because we're just going to be testing this livery, right? So we don't need all of our, you know, aircraft and our scenery. We need our tools loaded. We We just want this to load as fast as possible, eh? We'll turn off that too. So we don't have anything on. This is just for when we start loading into the sim. So here we need to save. We can take a look at what we got going on right now. So let's go to each of these. So we'll go to one, file, save as, PNG. We don't need the extra, because that'll mess with the livery saving. File, save as, PNG. File, save as, PNG. So now we're going to come here. We are going to copy this path. Copy address, back. Repaint. Texture toolbox. So we need to go to this and not do that. We need to run that in PowerShell. Run this in PowerShell. Now I'm generating the DDSs and generating the JSONs. We'll come back to our documents. We'll go Repaint. And there's our DDS and our JSONs. Hell yeah. So now we're gonna go here and we're gonna start building our file structure for our file structure for the actual add-on itself. So we'll go new. Control Shift N. We will say Redbeard A320 Neo V2 Rathen. And we're gonna just do a quick little do a reference here. Make sure we're getting the right structure. Within here, we've got sim objects. Just going to borrow this from another livery. So in sim objects, we need airplanes. We'll go A320 Redbeard, A320 Neo V2 livery, Rathen. We'll copy these over. Actually, no, don't worry about that. Do that. Copy. We'll rename these to just panel and model. We'll simplify our process here. because there's only one livery in here. If you had multiple liveries, you would have multiple names. And then texture. Then we will come over to here. Bear with me a second. And now for just something, just a little bit of fun. So we need to look up because there's certain blocks that are, we need to go into Sweden. So it's SE dash, and it's a jet. So, you know what? There's going to be Sierra Echo. Save as. There we go. Okay. We'll bring that back down. Like that. We have our aircraft CFG in there. Model. Panel. Here are those. Texture. Also, because we don't have a second or a directory for that. And save. So, next step is going to be back to the manifest. Again, this is borrowed, so there's that, and Barathins. Now, come here, go to airplanes, texture. We will open up a new window. We will go to documents again. We're going to go to this here. We're going to select our DDSs and their associated JSONs. Like that. Copy. Paste that there. I do have in textures. We got the texture CFG, so we'll copy that. We'll work on taking screenshots and stuff when we're all set with that. So, layout, the generator, and then all we've got to do, open up another window. Come here, boom, liveries, V2. And we'll see if I actually built this properly. This is always where I get tripped up a little bit. We'll refresh this. We will turn on this livery that we just made, which is right here. And let's load the sim. Minimize these. There's still parts we have to paint on this. I forgot about that. I gotta go with this. 2020's bitch lately. Games. Oh, that. Okay, perfect. Should get a decently fast load here. Yeah, that's right. You shut up. Now that we're not loading a whole bunch of extra stuff in the background, it should load pretty quick. We'll jump into the hangar and see how the livery looks. Oh, little boy. So we do have to do the winglet still. We have to do the registration. We have to do the gear door. And also, I need to see if... We're waiting for that to load. I need to get a look at the belly. Does that have... It does not. Oh, wait. It does have it on the belly. Okay, that's fine. No big deal. We can fix that. We are missing a component. All right, so profile, my hangar. Go to change aircraft. Okay, so why isn't that working? I wonder. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we might have fucked up. Layouts. All good. Okay, so let's look at a working livery. Let's just grab this. That's the best. Excuse me. Got JSON, so those are all good there. Okay. ALBD underscore ALBD PNG.d. Excuse me. So those should... Everything looks like it should be fine. I mean, it's loading up properly. Okay, let's take a look at another, again, let's take a look at some working live here. Okay, I wonder if I messed something up there. Okay, that's fine. Let's do name dot white. Dot white. And we'll go texture Brathen. Rename. Open up aircraft.cfg. Texture. Let's save that. Go here, back. Layout, generate. That's copied. Every single time. I don't know why it does this. Come on. Come on. Check the layout again. What? I own this game. And we do want to edit. Create. Liveries. There we go. Okay. All right. So no complaints so far. Everything looks good. I've got all the proper textures backed up and everything. And actually the wings shouldn't be painted, so that works out well for me. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and kill this again. Work on our last little details. Back over to Blender. Now we're on to the winglets. What? Okay, so let's do this. Let's select all of these, minus that. That's all fuckered. Yeah, that's actually fine. So let's close this. And we'll get a nice clean setup here. So we'll come back over to here. Now what we need now, go to the textures. And we know we need wings. Wing 1 and wing 2. Copy those. No, I was trying to. Wing 1 and wing 2. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. We'll come over here. Jump back into here. We'll grab that fresh Blender paint kit. So now we need to select this. We will select this. We will join those. And extra paint, extra slots, new base color. Both are black again. That's not what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do at all. Add. Damn it. Back. Add. So now we have these selected here. Extra paint. We're going to switch over to our white. Go fill and fill. We'll copy this. And then just so that I have an idea of what part is what, I've got that copied now. Oh, wait. Wait a gosh darn minute. Those aren't part of the wings, those are part of the tail. Okay. That's also fine. Cool. Yep, okay, there they are. All right, so let's go here. We've got that copied. Now, rename this so we know what we're doing here. Tail flash right. Hello, Armin Addict. Took me a second to read that. Hello, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Pleasure. So, we'll make a new, like this, solid color, so white, and then come here and do this, just like we did last time. You know, I've never really done a whole lot of that. If you have an idea, I'm more than willing and able to explore the possibility. I'll put it that way. I'm by no means opposed to the idea. There we go. So now I know what parts are what. So we know that blue and green need to have our tail flash on them. We'll pop over to here, and blue and green are these left-hand ones. Just makes life infinitely easier. Let's go ahead and grab this. We've got our tail flash over here. We'll copy that. Bring this back down under here. Looking to have one made for the fly-by-wire A320. Oh, is it a custom, like a VA livery or something like that? Sounds like it may be, which would be totally cool. I'd definitely be, like I said, I definitely entertained the idea, my friend. Just like before, we are going to do that. We're going to take this and layer align selection to vertical center. We're going to copy, well, let's see. Winglet outer 1. Yeah, if you wanted to hit me up on Discord, Armin, my username on Discord is the same. I love this already. First off, I love this already a lot. Yeah, hit me up on Discord. My username on Discord is the same as my username on here, so it's ohmyredbeard, all one word. And yeah, send me over your artwork and any ideas that you have, and yeah, I'd be more than happy to take a look at her and see if it's something I felt capable, that I was capable of doing. Why is that not hiding? It'd be hiding. Oh, that would be why, because I'm an idiot. Stand by one while I fix my fuck up here. Wait, I don't need son of a gun. Oh, wrong layer selected. There we go. Okay. Oh, we got that. Do that. This. Do this. That. Actually, I just realized I'm not logged into Discord, so let me do that real quick. I don't have a server. Go ahead and post. Well, I don't add from Discord. Stand by one. Yeah, my username on Discord is just that. There we go. This is the bottom, so we're going to do this. And this is the top. Invert, invert. There is that. There we go. Now we can hide this because we don't need that anymore. We do want to go to multiply, however. Multiply. Multiply. Hold on a minute. Try it all lowercase because I think it is case sensitive. So no numbers. Try that. There we go. File, save as. That. Back to our preview. Let image and reload. Okay. So we need to actually scale that down a little bit more because we're not getting all the colors. So it needs to be about where the yeah, you could do that, I suppose. So we need to resize these a little. That's fine. Again, half of repainting is just tweaking the shit out of stuff. So, okay, let's delete that layer mask. Delete this layer mask. So we need it to end about right there. So I want to keep that on there. I wanted to get rid of this layer mask. Delete. Okay, I just joined your server. So yeah, you can go ahead and shoot me a message there. About right there. Nope, totally get it. %100% get that. This should be better, I think. Actually, I feel like maybe we could probably make it a little bit smaller even. Oh, I done fucked that up. Okay, so you're gonna do that. You're going to delete those because I done fuckered something up good and proper. So let's grab our tail flash again. So edit, copy. switch it to that mode just for a second. This is not how it's going to look finalized, but multiply that file. Reload that image. Let's go ahead and bring that up right there. Okay, that's a little better. I like that. So now, let's do that. And we'll say layer, align layers to selection, top edges, and then we'll just go 1, 2, 1. So copy that. So this is winglet. Ah, can't type. Outer. Bottom. Grab this again, go here and do this. That's the big one. Shut up. Bottom, there, align selection, top edges, and 1. All right. So now we need to do that. We need to do that. And invert that. Now let's outer up. Switch over to our brush. We are in black. That is good. There's that. Perfect. All right. Now we will save that, and we will come back over here. Armin, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Come back over here. That's image and reload. Okay, that's better. I like that a whole heck of a lot more. So now for the next bit. The insides of the A320s that Brathens flies are green. It's actually that color green right there. We're going to pop over to here. And idle. There we go. And there's going to be some other little modifications we're going to need to make. I don't. Oh, what I wanted to do. That was almost too much. Damn it! Stop it! Stop it! There. Okay. So we'll save that as is right there. Perfect. So using that as the guide. Let's go ahead. Make a new layer, winglet, inner, top, bottom. There. So we're gonna 5 fill with color and sample that. Actually, we're gonna where are my resources at? Oh, fuck off. I can't be bothered to log into Discord or log into Twitch right now and ban you, but okay, so let's see how that looks real quick. Let's get rid of that. Oh, actually, I need to. Bum, 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 bum. Back. There. And we can hide this. And let's take a quick look and see how this looks. File, save as. That and that. Load. Did you just symbol land you at? I feel you, my friend. I feel you. Definitely feel you there. Let's duplicate that. Get rid of this. Go here, do this. Some days you're flying and it's just like, why? wondering if it might be better if I you know what? Let's just do. Let's. Let's delete these. Just gonna do that. Multiply. There we go. Now I need to do a little bit of cleanup here. A little bit of cleanup here, I said. There we go. Crush this image. Reload. Okay, that looks better. I like that better. All that good. Okay. On to the next bit, which is let's open. You have that GBRA. It needs to be black, I believe. So we'll just invert that, copy that. Kill. -50. Save. Nope. Cancel. Load. Okay. That's backward. All right, that's left. Yeah. Copy that. Do that. That flip. Horizontal. Actually, no. Okay, let me take a look at this. I need to get my orientation here. That's left. That's the left. That's backward. So if I do flip horizontal, and it's not going to be the final orientation. I just want to check my. That was not enough angle. Actually, oh, 50. The round numbers are easier to remember. What the fuck? No. Why is that happening? That's new. Oh, Jesus. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, still. E. It doesn't make any sense. Why is that happening? I never had that happen before. So, 55, right? 55. Oops. The fuck is going on with my computer? My keyboard is acting all kinds of weird. Hold on. Did I hit a button? Shouldn't have. Second button. There we go. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, good God. I mean, it didn't make sense, but anywho. Up that horizontal. Apply. Refresh. Copy that. Hide that. Wait. By 65. Minus 65. Alrighty. Sorry, I've been neglecting my chat. Bear with me. There we go. On final for 3-1 right. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. I'm going to call that 40. 40. We're going to use this as our reference, so we're going to do this. $65.5. All right, I like that. So I need to make a quick note. Actually, all right, that note is taken. So now let's do this. We'll go that, flip horizontal, rotate, minus 65.5. There. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's backwards. Shit. Okay, that's fine. Actually, that might actually work out well. So let's do that. We'll do that. Centers. Here, horizontal. And we can just take this and go. I want to do that with. You stay there. This goes down like that. Okay. So that's good. I like it. It's good enough for the girls that I go out with, as I like to say. That's good there. Good shit. All right. So we've got the tail done. Got the winglets done. What is there? We got to do belly. So we need to go here. We need to go to fuselage 2. Extra paint that. How was your landing rate? So from the left side, top on the left side. Hell yeah, 138 is very respectable. Well done. I want fuselage 2. That black again. So this side, top needs to be there. That. We will grab our stencil again. Sure. Hey, Armin, let me add you back. Yeah, send me over your ideas. I'm definitely down to, like I said, explore the possibility. Cusco, I love it. I'm a fan already. Very well laid out idea. I appreciate. I like that. I like what you just sent me. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking a look at Armin's idea real quick here. Same lime color as the logo background with a black bold border. Okay. So basically, no, that's great. That's great. I mean, especially for me making your vision come to life. That reminds me a lot. It almost looks like the to me, it reminds me of the Delta livery. Just throwing off some Delta vibes. Not a bad thing. But that's just what it reminds me of. Yeah, okay. Okay. But in your colors, obviously. Why aren't you stenciling? Oh, that's why. No, I would be more than happy to give that a shot. It'll probably be next Wednesday, because I think I want to start doing Wednesday streams as my repaint streams. Okay. Do you happen to have, Armin, do you happen to have the hex code for that green? I hate when that happens. If you do have the hex code, send it over to me in Discord. No? Okay. That's fine. That is totally fine. Sample again. /2. Like I said, no worries there. Okay, so what the normal? There we go. I fucked up. Come back over to our guy here. Reload image. Okay, that looks good. I like it. That, the right-hand side of hill. There we go, it's a little bit better. All right. So that's good there. And before, I want to make sure I get all the fuselage stuff good before we jump over to the engines. So tail, I believe the tail is done now. Got all of our stuff there. We can close that. I believe we are done with fuselage 2. We can close, yeah, close that. We're done with our tail flash. 3 we still need. 1 we still need. So let's go ahead and close that. Don't need that open. Don't need this open. Don't need to open anymore. Let's go ahead and save it. I need that. Actually, we are gonna need that white to save that. File save. Again. Flew into LaGuardia airspace. Gotta love it. They made the placement of this actually fairly easy. The registration, if I recall correctly, registration I'm going to use is Charlie Kilo Charlie. Do that. Back into Photoshop. New, go with our usual huge. Go here. So SE EKC. Might just do some font identification here. Let's do that. Hold on. Let's do Identifont. I'm on my second screen, so I can't see my Twitch chat, so just bear with me a second. No serifs. Not sure. Not sure. Not sure. Not sure. Not sure. Give me some characters that I know. Fine. Not sure. Not. Have to be parallel. Wait. Not sure. I'm gonna laugh if this is just aerial. You know, that'll do. That'll do just fine. Okay, back over to the Twitch chat. Okay, when that happens, there we go. So, would you make this white? Like that. That. You're going to image, trim. All right. Actually, what I need to do now that I'm thinking about it, hold on. I'm gonna go bold. That's going to be for the... Hold on, let me think. I use a plethora, so I use Photoshop, I use Blender, and I use Inkscape for certain things as well. Actually, it does... Okay, that's just solid. That is not the right... I think they do use AirNav order. Care about my favorite. I don't want to filter. I'm just fucking myself today. There. Image, trim. Okay, so now, Blender time. Take a look at some reference. Texture paint, 3. Base color, black. Come to here, open this, registration. Come here. 0 degrees. Which aspect? So now, just like when we did the fuselage, we're going to mirror. -1. Image copy. Come to our fuselage 3. This one, new layer, red, right. Image copy. Right, left. Visibility mask, panels, paste. File, save. And then come back over to Blender to our preview. Go to 3, image, load. Beautiful. Now, one thing I did want to make a little itty bitty change here. We need to go back into Photoshop. We need to go to our up. Scale. You need to hide these. Because these leading edges, I don't believe, are actually painted on the video. I don't think. Because they're aerodynamic surfaces. But I don't think the leading edges are painted. I don't think any of the leading edges in really any aircraft are painted. Somebody can correct me if I am wrong, but I don't believe I've ever seen leading edge surfaces. No, this is Brathen's Athens Airlines. They're a holiday carrier from Norway. But I'm taking some artistic liberty just because of the fact that this aircraft that I am doing right now, they don't fly this. They only fly the 320 COs. If I recall, I believe that they do a fair amount of flying for like TUI fly and things like that, carriers like that. Okay, that looks better. I like that. I am going to okay, that's a good look. That's a real good look. So I do want to also their leading edges are painted. Alright, I dig it. Back to fuselage 1. So it is on those doors there that I need to. And they have wing registrations too. Problem is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the wing registration, because I think there's just one wing texture. Let me look at I think there's just the one wing texture that is an actual wing. Wing 1, wing 2. Yeah, it's just parts. This is wing 1 right here. Okay, so over to our editing. Texture paint, fuselage 1, make it new, base color, black again. Like this. Paint. Clear that. New plane. Go with our ugly colors. Copy that. That needs to go into number 1. I have a fuselage 1 open. Not just 3. That is fine. Pop over here. Open this. Paste this on. So we want it to be readable when the doors are down. That's the entire point of these. So left to right facing out. Left to right facing towards the curve. Top facing the curve. Okay, so registration. We're just going to do that. We're going to copy this, edit, copy, merge. Bring this up top. So we will do this. We will go here. That. Layer. Align selection to layer. Horizontal centers. Layer. Align layers. Vertical center. Copy that. Do this. Horizontal and vertical. Copy this. Select that. There we go. We'll hide that. Copy this. Copy that. Here. Or that. Grab our brush. And there, paint that in there. Hide that. A little bit too big. That's fine. So let's go like 80%. White. That's better. Oh, is that just... I just okay. Now this, they do have the raccoon eyes. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of fuckery with that. That looks good. I'm happy with that. This is my thinking face. Actually, should be. We're gonna do check another livery that I worked on. Sure. We don't have the raccoon eyes. I know that Scandinavia does, so let's grab. Total, since I started painting liveries for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, they do look killer as fuck. I think I've done, oh, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna borrow these. There we go. I've done, I believe, anywhere between 75 and 100. There we go. That's nice. That's real nice. I'm very happy with that. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the way this is shaping up. We're gonna fly this bitch tomorrow. Like, it's got to look good, right? Because otherwise, what's the point? I think that Brathens just has default color. Okay. They use the light color. Engine left. Base color. Black. So now, I need to come over to here. Extra paint. Switch to white. New. Stencil. Open. Image copy that. Come here, open up engine left. Oh wait, I wasn't wanted. I didn't want that. I don't need that. I don't need this anymore. Jump up, up, engine left, albedo. Copy. Oh, wait, I know why. Image size, I need to go up to 4K. Do you fly on VATSIM or just offline? Offline, gotcha. All right, so now we're gonna go to our preview. Object mode here. Extra paint. Extra slots. Base color. Image replace. Engine left. I think it's a little big. No, but it's not actually. That fits well. All right, so over to here. Switching to the other side. This is engine right. Paint. Extra slots. What I want. Object. Extra paint. Son of a bitch. There we go. Copy that. Go to engine right now. Image. 2. An RGB and come here and do this. Hide that file, save as up. Then we need to, like we did earlier, an adjustment, brightness contrast, that down, channels. $17 and $41. Then coming back over to here. That's good. Left. Adjustment. Brighten up contrast. All right. So you know what, folks? We're gonna close all of that. We're gonna close down this. Don't save. We're gonna get rid of all these DDSs. That. That's done. Engine left is done. Right. Yes, I do want to save. /2. All right. Those are all good to go. I got all my PNGs done. Copy that address as text. Documents. Extras toolbox. Run with PowerShell. All right. So there's that. I think we're good to close down Blender now. Download that. Then let's see how she look. If everything looks okay, we can call it done. Okay, the winglets look a little off. I'm not sure why. Shouldn't. Well, let's do the real world test here. Let's go back. Just gotta generate some screenshots next. Let's do Stockholm. And after this, all that's left is to throw it up on flightsim.to. I want to see what it looks like up in the air. Yeah, I know. Shut up. I think it's done. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go to main menu. Snag ourselves some liveries here. Or some screenshots, rather. Tools. Aircraft capture tool. Actually, hold on. I mean, no. Profile. I hang. Capture. All right, thumbnails gotten. Add a preset. Delete. We're gonna give this a second here. We're gonna take a second. It's gonna capture a bunch of for us. And we'll take our best ones and throw those onto flightsim.to. Okay. Now let's poke through the screenshots. Size are you? Small. Let's see. Let's go back here. Add group. Let's see. Let's grab. Oh, JFK is always busy, dude. Let's delete and we'll add preset all cameras. Capture. Go. Sometime after 2024 is released, it was free. People are not coming back because of all the issues you're having. Yeah, so I own both 2024 and 2020, but there's so much wrong with 2024 that I haven't. I've tried to revisit it a couple of times, and I just end up pissed beyond belief. Okay. So we're gonna jump back in here. Up. I don't know, to be honest with you. Copy there. Copy there. But I think so. I believe that that's true. There we go. All right. So 4 hours, 1 livery. That was a simple one. So you can imagine how much time we livery painting types put into painting a more complex livery. So hopefully this helped everybody understand a little bit all of the liveries that we, and I myself included, download for free, so wantonly, from flightsim.to. You know, the effort that we put into it, and not just myself, of course, other painters are the other thing too. So yeah, you know, when you see one of those buy me a coffee things on people's creator item or download pages, think about buying them a coffee. I don't have those on mine myself. I do everything for free. I can't be bothered to worry about making money or anything like that. This is something I do as a hobby. I have a full-time job. So, and it's not this. So, yeah, like I said. Do I have the coolest looking liveries? No. But, you know, we all put in the time to do this for free for the community. And, yeah. It's like everybody should be appreciative of everybody else. You know, creators should be appreciative of the people that download their stuff. People that download stuff should be appreciative of the creators. But I think that's all I've got for today. I am going to do what I've got to do to get this loaded up to flightsim.to so other people can download it. But yeah, Armin, hit me up on Discord. I'm going to jump off of stream now. Hold on. Let me just, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to jump off stream. I'm just going to drink some coffee and relax for a little bit before I got to go to work. Get this uploaded, and we'll see everybody later.